Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Alvin Morales, naturopath and certified hypnotherapist, also known as the Wellness Guru. In this video, this is this is episode 5 of a 6-part series on the COVID-19 virus. And I intend to share with you some very vital information on how to survive this and other pandemics that may occur after this one. So let us proceed. Before we go into that, let me remind you that the information given in this video is for educational purposes only, and none of the information in this video series is intended to take the place of advice from your licensed medical practitioner, and self-treatment or diagnosis is never advised. So this video is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any illness or disease, and the information given is for educational purposes only. Now, to continue our series on the COVID-19 virus. So, here we go, is what I have to share with you today. It is not often that the World Health Organization declares an illness to be a pandemic. Throughout history, pandemics have killed millions, with the Black Death of the 14th century killing approximately 200 million people. Now, at that time, the world's population was at approximately 450 million. So the Black Death killed almost half the world's population at that time. Smallpox, throughout its long history, has killed approximately 500 million people. HIV/AIDS since 1981 has killed over 36 million people, with many people still suffering from this illness. The flu pandemic, H3N2 of 1968, killed over 1 million people. The Asian flu pandemic in 1956 killed around 2 million people. The flu pandemic of 1918 killed approximately 25 million people in less than 7 months. These are just a few of the pandemics which have killed millions of people throughout history. One of the most important things to be able to do during a pandemic is communicate. If you can't communicate, you may not know what's going on, and you will not be able to tell if your family members who are not living with you are okay or not. During a pandemic, the radio and TV stations may go off the air, and the cellular phones may stop working, as the workers at the radio and TV stations and the cell phone companies may become infected. The same applies to your cell phone company. Your best bet is to stay connected by purchasing a ham radio or a couple of them so you can stay in touch with loved ones. Ham radios are not as popular as they used to be, but there are still a few available on or at Amazon.com. The prices as of today, March 18, 2020, remain at about $82 for the least expensive one, $82 for the least expensive one. And the prices go, but it doesn't matter which one you buy because they work. Ham radios keep people in touch. Now, the range for a ham radio is normally about 10 miles, but something called repeaters can be used to give you access across a very wide area. So if you can invest in a ham radio, do so as soon as possible, because during the epidemic, the TV stations, radio stations, and the cell phone companies may close down if their workers become infected. So keep informed, get a couple of ham radios for yourself and for family members. Okay, they're available at Amazon.com. Act soon, because no telling how soon they'll be gone. Move quickly. Ham radios don't depend on any support system like cell phones, so they will remain functional when all else fails. In the event that the electric workers or the electric company workers become infected, the lights may go out. And in many cases, or in many areas, when the lights go out, so does the water. If you can invest in getting a solar power installed, do so right away. Otherwise, buy a cheap generator. If these options are not viable for you, then at least invest in a few lamps or lanterns, kerosene or lamp oil lanterns, or kerosene or lamp oil, and candles. Don't forget matches and lighters. You should store a few drums of water and of course drinking water to last at least 3 or 4 weeks for each member of your household. By the way, kerosene lanterns and lamp oil are available at Amazon.com at very good prices. The cheapest one I saw, kerosene lantern, was just $6.99 US. So if you can, get some kerosene lanterns, get some oil, lamp oil, or some kerosene oil. Extra lamp wicks are also available at Amazon.com at a really good price. You get a 6-foot roll of lamp wick for about $6 US. So check it out on Amazon. And by the way, I'm not being paid by Amazon to promote anything. This is just information I think I need to give to you. Remember, regular hand washing is essential. To wash your hands properly, wet both hands with water, preferably warm water, and preferably running water. Apply adequate soap to your hands and rub them together to make a soapy lather. Wash your hands for at least 20 seconds, being careful to wash between fingers, under your nails, and both the front and back of your hands. Thoroughly dry your hands immediately and dispose of the paper towel. Keep your fingernails trimmed in order to prevent, trimmed and short really, in order to prevent getting dirt under them. Do not shake hands with anyone outside your home. Again, do not shake hands with anyone outside your home. Conserve water if you can. When possible, use rubbing alcohol, tea tree oil, alcohol-based hand sanitizer, or witch hazel to sanitize your hands. Rub your hands together and pay attention to spaces between your fingers and under your nails. Let your hands air dry. Remember, sanitizing your hands is not a long-term substitute for hand washing. This should be done only when water is not available or water is in short supply. Also, when it is not convenient to wash your hands with soap and water. Keep your hands away from your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. Teach children to do the same. However, remember that children are children. So it will be a lot harder for them to keep their hands or keep from touching their faces with their hands. So you must be vigilant in washing their hands regularly. So it will not be easy for you to get children to avoid touching their faces with their hands. So be vigilant in washing their hands regularly. Monitor and restrict their exposure to others. It is important to keep the house as well as your work area clean. Use the bleach solution given previously in order to clean surfaces. Remember to clean the kitchen sink as well as the bathroom sinks, or what we call face basins, and the bathtubs, including all faucets, regularly. Towels and washcloths should not be reused. They should be washed after each use. Bed linen should be changed regularly, daily if possible. Here's a list of items you need to keep in stock in the event that stores may close or run out of supplies, or in case of mandatory quarantine. Some of the items on this list may be a bit surprising, but please pay close attention. Decks of playing cards. Of course, you need to stay entertained for your mental health. You need to have something to do. So I'm recommending decks of playing cards, other games, crossword and other puzzles, VCR movies, duct tape and plastic. In the event that someone in your house becomes ill and you need to seal off an area in the house for that person. So you need plastic and duct tape. You need flashlight and flashlight batteries. Phone cards or credit for prepaid phones. You need solar or battery operated cell phone chargers. A ham radio, which is optional but very highly recommended. Gloves, face masks, protective coveralls, head coverings, and other things like this to be worn when giving assistance to quarantined members of your household. Battery operated radio, garbage bags, bleach, white vinegar, rubbing alcohol, tea tree oil, hand sanitizer, multivitamins, vitamin C, rice, flour, sugar, optional of course, canned foods, dehydrated foods, jams and jellies, which is optional also, other naturally preserved foods, frozen foods. Not too much frozen food in case the lights go out and you end up with too much and they end up spoiling on you. You need first aid supplies, apple cider vinegar for medicinal purposes, potable water, water purifiers, chlorine tablets, charcoal, cooking gas, prescription drugs for family members who are ill or need them, painkillers, fever